The question, who am I, is probably the wrong question, because you'll probably go off by listing your name, your occupation, your hobbies, your family, your faith, and maybe whether if you're more of a dog or cat person. All of those things are objectively true to your body, but what is the thing that is behind all of that? What is it that can observe your thoughts, your habits, and that sense of self? Well, that's your consciousness. And that's probably the real question. What is my consciousness? Because that's probably the real you. And if you can understand that, that's where the real power happens. The first thing is to realize you're not your thoughts. You're not your thoughts. They are just a program that is running within the vessel in which your consciousness is residing in. So your brain is firing automatically these thoughts, often from neurocircuits carved by years of repetition. Most of them aren't new, so they're just echoes of the past. You are literally living in the past with the thoughts that are just on loop. But the cool thing is, once you start to observe them, you can start to disconnect from them, knowing that they're just part of your body, a function of your body. They're not you. You're the consciousness behind them, right? So you can let them go. How freeing is that? Because when you realize how limited your brain is, based off the inputs it has, you think about it. You got your 5 senses, you got your internal signals within your body, you got your memory and your imagination. That's it. It's an amazing tool which allows you to connect in this 3D form that we're in. But it has no inputs outside of it, right? It has no inputs outside of it. It doesn't know the full picture. It doesn't know the full potential of you. It doesn't know your power, because it has no inputs from it. So the voice in your head is not you. That is just the thinker, the survival mechanism for this vessel. And it's conditioned in the past. It doesn't give you the truth. It just gives its own version of its own story. It's making it up itself. It labels things as good or bad based off its own limited lens. But who you are is the one that is aware of that voice. It's the watcher behind it, the presence. That awareness doesn't need to know the way that the mind does, the way that the ego/mind does. It just is. It's this stillness, it's this deeper intelligence that can move through you. And it's the knowing of life itself, beyond concepts and words. So when something doesn't go its way, the mind is so fast to label it as it's a bad thing, right? It replays pain, and it reinforces the idea that life is unfair or unjust in some way. It's just really limited though. So remember the inputs it has. Your brain has no input connected to source, no input to God, no input to its higher self. It's just trying to help, but it's a false prophet. You are the one that observes. So beneath all that noise is your natural state. Effortless abundance, inherent worthiness, and deep peace. Your ego mind can't perceive this. So it panics, it loops, it distracts you with noise, but you are not that noise. You are the one who can hear it. Try this. Just put your awareness onto your right palm right now. You can close your eyes and just put your attention into your palm. You'll be able to feel the energy there. That's attention. That's awareness. That's you without thoughts. Where you place your awareness, energy flows. When you give energy to a thought, it grows. That's why people say, yeah, I knew that would happen, right? It's not magic. It's just the physics of consciousness. Where attention goes, energy flows. So create space between you and your thoughts. Just observe. That's all. The moment you notice the thought for what it is, it's a loop, it's a pattern, part of your brain, you can no longer get caught in it. It's not relevant anymore. There's the thought. There's the one witnessing it. There's the space in between. That's your freedom. That's your power. The more you practice this, the easier it gets. And meditation is one of the best tools for this. Just bring your focus back to your breath every time the mind wanders. That's it. And then you can apply that 24 hours a day. Simple, but powerful. Some of you might need to regulate your nervous system before you get onto perceiving, because once you start to disidentify with your thoughts, regulating nervous system is going to be essential. It's hard to be your authentic self when you're stuck in survival mode, right? So your breath is your access point. It's part of the autonomic nervous system, the one that controls, your heartbeat and digestion, everything that's happening automatically, right, within your body. Your breath, though, is only part of that system that you can consciously control, and that's pretty powerful. So when you breathe with intention, you're sending a signal to shift your whole autonomic system, right? You're telling it, we're fine, we're safe. If you really need a big shakedown into your nervous system, I'll link a 12-minute Wim Hof breath session. It's a great place to start, and he's got a lot of information about it. So go there. It's also obviously helpful to move your body, rest, and do things that you like. But yeah, you gotta try and get out of this fight or flight mode. Everything is serving you. You drop your phone, you miss the bus, you run out of milk. Are these bad events? Or are they just perfectly placed moments, orchestrated by a higher intelligence that your brain can't comprehend? Here's an example. The night before this video came to me, this idea, I dropped my phone in the bath. My phone is pretty old and messed up, so the water seeped right through, just died, dead. I didn't panic, what it was, I dropped my phone. The next morning, I went for my morning walk. I would normally have my phone, but I didn't have it. And in this presence, I just had this idea come to me to make this video. And so was dropping my phone bad, or was it just a divine orchestration? If you stay conscious, stay open, you'll start to see everything is serving you. Triggers are teachers. Every time you get triggered, that's okay. That's just your teacher showing up. And it's showing you what's unhealed, what is still wanting to be integrated within you. So just pause and observe. You can ask yourself, why did I trigger that? It's not about the other person. It's not about the situation. It's about a message personally tailored for you, for your growth. At first, they'll come often when you become conscious to it. But over time, you'll welcome them to a point where you go, oh, there it is again. I just kind of laugh at them. I was actually traveling overseas a few weeks ago with my family. I got 2 young kids. So 2 young kids at the airport. You get the idea. And I caught myself getting triggered at my youngest, who was just running around. It was after a few times I became aware of it. And I had to just pause for a moment and take a deep breath and realize this was just a trigger for me. And I need to just relax in these more high stressful environments. Like, it's a good lesson for me to learn. I need just to breathe and relax. And he was teaching me that. One of the main learnings you get from kids is that, we need to not take life too seriously. So stop taking things personally. You are the I am. You're infinite awareness having an experience within this human vessel right now. Just enjoy that, right? This life, it's not meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be experienced. So laugh more, soften up, be kind, and follow your excitement. That's where your truth lives. When your vessel ends, your consciousness remains, because energy can't die. It will just transform. So what have you got to lose? My name's Jonny, and if these words are resonating with you, just know this. This isn't new wisdom. This is you reminding yourself of it. You're just using me right now to do so. And I'm very thankful to do that. So if you like this, hit subscribe and like and do all that for me as we're on this awakening journey, remembering journey together. And appreciate you. Love you lots. Peace. Bye.